Tonight on the CBS Wednesday movie.
That's what you guys are here for, right? And I'll tell you one thing. If this is pilot error, I'm the Christmas fairy.
Who was first on the scene?
The Minacon people.
We want to talk to them.
Minacon doctor's got a temporary morgue set up inside. Here we are, gentlemen.
Detectives Favre and Hume from the CBB.
I'm Jill Evans, Minicon's MD.
Hey.
This is the captain.
What happened to his chest?
His heart was removed, literally ripped out of his chest.
What about the other two?
They're men from the load team. They also died violently, multiple wounds.
Is there a murder weapon?
Yes. We found this knife by the captain. From what I can see, they killed the captain and then killed each other.
Where are the other three survivors? The ship's manifest shows a crew of 6.
You don't need 6. I've seen 2 men run these ships. They might be big, but with inorganic cargo, it's all you really need.
Detective Hume, Detective Favre, this is Mr. Machado, Minicon's chief geologist.
What was the cargo, Mr. Machado?
The usual. Every Mars transport carries a load of cobalt, phosphorus, magnesium, zinc, some of the rarer elements, tungsten, dysprosium.
Anything that might be worth hijacking?
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking, Detective. I think you should focus on that possibility. We recently discovered a remarkable stone at 963, one of our more remote Mars operations. You might have heard of it. It's been called the Brancusi stone.
Does it ring a bell? Favre?
Yes. Named after the 20th century minimalist sculptor Constantine Brancusi, whose work the stone resembles. Reputed to be the oldest artifact in the universe, an unprecedented archaeological find.
Well, I don't know about that, but it may contain the element 131. As you probably know, even a minuscule amount's worth a fortune, and this stone weighs in at nearly 2 tons. So rather than alert the universe, we sent it hidden in a general cargo shipment. The crew may have discovered it was on board and have been trying to steal it.
What are the chances the stone is 131?
Well, due to its extreme density in the area in which we found it, pretty good. But the sooner you can conclude this investigation, the sooner I can begin running some tests on it.
I can see this loss of life is really weighing on you. I'd like to speak to the survivors, please.
I don't know if you get much information from any of them.
This is Epps, the second in command?
That's right. She was in a comatose state when we found her, and she hasn't responded to any external stimuli.
Did she sustain any head injuries?
Nothing serious enough to cause this. Over here is Ingalls. We found him in his room, curled up on his bed with headphones on. Hello, Mr. Ingalls.
Morning.
This is Detective Hume and Detective Favre. They'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Go right ahead. Mr. Ingalls, do you have any idea why the ship lost control?
No, I didn't even know we crashed until Jill told me.
Where were you during the crash?
I was in my room.
Doing what?
Nothing. Just dozing off. I wasn't on duty that day, and I was packing my things. I haven't been home in such a long time. I was anxious to get back.
3 of your shipmates were murdered. The captain had his heart cut out. Did you know that?
No. I didn't know that. I was concentrating on packing my things. I hadn't been home in such a long time. And I was anxious to get back.
Okay. Thank you.
Kaplan is over here. I had to sedate him earlier.
Kaplan and Captain Rogers were fighting for control of the ship prior to the crash.
We found him in with the stone.
King must die.
Mr. Kaplan?
Must die.
Can you hear me?
The king must die.
You mean Captain Rogers?
Drank his blood.
Whose blood? The captain's?
The king. Drank his blood and ate his flesh. Do not try and protect him, or you will die with him.
He's been this way since we arrived. Psychotic, aggressive. When we first found him, he was unconscious and covered in blood.
Covered in blood, his own?
Couldn't be. He had only minor injuries, a few cuts, abrasions.
Is there anything in his psych profile that would account for this behavior?
No. You imagine anything could?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Try to get a DNA scan to match the blood on Kaplan to either Rogers or the other dead crewman.
Okay, I'll give it a try and I'll let you know.
Thanks. So what? Crew kills the captain and each other. Ship crashes. That makes sense to you?
Kaplan's account of the death of Captain Rogers is not consistent with a botched robbery attempt.
Mutiny, maybe. Captain dead, the crew breaks down.
I need some things from transport to run the tests you ordered.
Dr. Evans, we need to see the Brancusi stone.
Crew broke into the container to get at the stone. I've asked their safety to post a guard until we can get it out of here.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It would appear to be an artifact shaped for a purpose by an intelligence.
Well, that's just wishful thinking on the part of the scientists and the alien conspiracy freaks. They want it to be the great monolith, the gateway to the stars. But if you knew anything about geology, you'd know that under certain conditions, transuranic elements like 131 can form into quadrilateral configurations.
I disagree. The surface texture does not suggest a macroscopic iteration of molecular structure. I think it highly unlikely this is a naturally occurring form.
Far.
Excuse me. Blood.
It's where they found the captain.
If you haven't already, would you take a sample back to the lab?
Still investigating?
Yeah, that's sort of what we do.
Well, look at the container. The men obviously ripped it apart with their bare hands. I spent half my life traveling around the Earth and Mars looking for minerals in every godforsaken place you can think of. And I've seen this about 1,000 times before.
Seen what?
Well, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. It's got to be one of two things, maybe both. Cabin fever, gold fever. Either these men have been isolated too long and have snapped, or they think they're sitting on a pile of loot. I've seen people tear each other apart for a few lousy ounces of precious metal. Never mind 131.
Well, we'll keep your theory in mind.
Well, you do that.
Who the hell is everybody? 10 class 345 to IPC control.
What are you doing, Airman? I gave the order to abandon ship.
We never got the call, sir.
That's impossible. We put out numerous calls over the monitors.
We were in Cargo Bay 4. A thermal scan would have revealed our presence.
We did a thermal scan. A transport left immediately before ours. I assumed you and your people were on that. The cargo ship may become unstable. I've received unconditional orders.
I believe we are stranded. I believe I have gained access to the flight data recorder.
Cleared for final.
Estimated arrival, 12.32 minutes. Good, good. Steady as she goes. Kaplan, you're drifting 2 degrees to port. Let's get her back in the window. Yes, sir. Kaplan, pull up. What the hell are you doing? Epps, take it up.
We're too low, I can't.
Relieved of duty. Epps, I got the controls.
Oh no.
It would appear that your assumption of a mutiny by the crew is correct after all. This is the cargo hold. Jesus.
No, I can't see any of the guys killing each other like that. I mean, we got along pretty good.
You didn't notice any tension on the trip? No one making threats against the captain?
No, nothing like that.
What about the stone?
Manifest said basic cargo. I didn't even know it was on the ship.
So there's stuff going on, people killing each other. You didn't hear any of it.
Why did you ignore the alarm, Mr. Ingalls?
Guess I got a little lost there for a while.
What do you mean by lost?
I was wearing my headphones to prepare for re-entry. And I was thinking about when I was growing up and this farm we lived on and my family. And then I was there. And it was beautiful. Green. Great. Almost too great, you know what I mean?
Oh, what do you mean?
It was always good when I went back home. But it was never perfect. So I start thinking that maybe something really bad has happened. And I don't know what it is. And they're all trying to protect me. And I want to know what the bad thing was. I want to know if I was the bad thing.
What did you do then, Mr. Ingalls?
What? I tried to stop it. I tried to stop it. And then everything went sideways. And I blacked out. That must have been the crash.
How about Captain? Can we talk to him?
We can try.
Go.
You cannot forget. You cannot question the higher laws. We had no choice. We had to take the heart of the king. It was the same with the Tlatoani.
What's he talking about now?
Tlatoani. It's archaic, Central or South America.
You who do not understand cannot question the higher laws. A sacrifice.
I'm putting him on there.
Sacrifice. Take this offering. But save us, they said. Save us. Save us. Save us.
You gonna be okay?
Sure. No problem.
Be careful.
Hey, you guys come back?
No one from a rescue team showed up. No one from outside, did they?
No. And the radio has been silent.
Get yourself turned around, Hugh?
Easy to do on a ship like this.
David. Are you all right?
I thought I saw someone in the corridor. It was Olivia. And Krochak.
Krochak, the head of Recall Sublimator Program.
I know it sounds crazy.
It's not crazy, David. It is just not possible. He is dead.
Just forget I said anything.
I've been looking through the personnel files. There would appear to be a connection between the background of some of the crew members and the killings on the ship.
Are you two gonna share your secrets with the rest of us?
I believe the killings may be the result of some kind of collective breakdown or shared delusional state among the crew.
Well, it happens. Once saw an entire mining colony, 100 people or more, mutiny, no apparent reason.
You sure have seen a lot of crap for a geologist, Machado.
Well, I know what a few rocks can make a man do, Detective. Believe me, I've seen it.
I don't think you know shit.
It's sick bay.
Ingalls.
Save us. Please.
Radio is still dead.
Check sick bay again.
Dr. Evans?
Ingalls and Kaplan are heavily sedated, and there's no change in EPS.
Don't worry, I'll make sure nothing happens.
Look, since we're just killing time, why don't you pull up this personnel files?
These are the Minacon confidential employee status reports. David? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Go ahead.
Nothing remarkable but Ingalls. Average academic record, considered a good employee, not rated for leadership qualities. Twice passed over for promotion because of run-ins with superiors.
Any incidents involving him and Rogers?
Nothing on record.
Try Kaplan.
Kaplan is somewhat more interesting. He wrote a paper on sacrifice to the Aztec rain god Tlaloc. But he seems to have blended into it the idea of regicide, the ritual killing of kings, not typically an Aztec custom.
So Ingalls, he's got an authority problem. Kaplan studies ritual killings. And ultimately, Captain Rogers ends up with his heart ripped out.
Kaplan standing in for the king, the authority figure. Then Ingalls hears us questioning Kaplan, and Ingalls kills the air safety officer, the authority figure, in a similar way. Perhaps Kaplan was able to influence the other crewmen in the same manner.
All right, I'll give you that. But why? What makes it happen?
I do not know, David. Either it is an extreme example of the power of suggestion, or we must accept the presence of some kind of mysterious force on the ship, something probing the subconscious of everyone on board. Consider your own case. You no doubt miss Olivia. Krochak represents someone trying to take her from you.
I'm not under the influence of anything.
No, of course not. But you do seem tired, David. Perhaps you should go and rest.
I'm not tired. I'm gonna go check in on the doctor.
I will go with you.
I can make it down to sick bay on my own, okay?
David?
I'm fine.
ya!
David. I couldn't wait.
This is not real. You're not real! This ain't happening. You hear me? This ain't happening. You're not real! What the fuck are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Put the gun down.
You
Put the gun down! Put it down!
No, you first!
You should be in sick bay.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna sit and watch 3 guys in a coma while you steal the stone.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The Brancusi stone! Element 131. Don't screw with me, kid. I've been around a hell of a lot longer than you have. You were down there earlier. I saw you on the security cameras from the bridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a 2-ton rocket and put it in my back. I will walk out into a snowstorm. What are you talking about?
Don't play with me!
Listen, put it down! Put the gun down!
I don't mind blowing you away right now!
Put it down!
Put your weapons down now!
Gentlemen, I do not need to remind you that we are stranded in a hostile environment out of radio contact with little chance of rescue. We are working under an unusually high level of stress. We must work together. We must not let our emotions take over. Please.
Let's just back away.
David.
I saw her again.
It was not real, David.
I saw her and I saw Crow check. They were right here.
David, is it not possible